Hello everybody. Anybody new to watching my videos, my name is Jeff. Welcome to my little machine shop. So the last video I did was AR15 upper receiver machine part 1. And we're ready to do part 2. So I left off, I think I just went over the print with y'all and I stressed the importance of planning in the first video, and I'm giving you all some time. Anybody wanted to go along with me on this venture to get the print, and you could, follow the print along with me. So first of all, I'm going to pull down the 2 prints we're going to be using here today, and we're going to go over the finished squaring of my block, which I did. I already did it, and I said I wouldn't do a video on it because it's nothing but squaring. I did a squaring video. Hasn't gotten a lot of views, but it was one of my first videos, and it was terrible. I mean, my videos aren't the greatest in the world. I don't do a lot of fancy editing and music and introductions and make it look like a TV show. When I first did this, I had a lot of people I asked. My very first video was an intro, and in that video, I say, if anybody can help me, I'd appreciate it. And what I meant by that was pointers on how you would like to see my videos done. And since my first video, I basically have been told to keep it real. Just like this. Keep it real, and that's what we're doing. So anyways, I did a squaring video, and everything in that is covered in that video on how to square like a pro. And I mean square. We did this block in that video, the 4/10,000th of an inch square. I made this block in that video, and I explained how to get a machine to do this, along with the person who's operating the machine, because the person is 95% of how this happens. So anyways, we had a block. Let me bring this up here a little further, let you all see this. So we had this block. It was too long. It measured 10.887 inches. And I went ahead and removed that piece I said I was going to. And that's now out of the equation. So it's no longer 10.87 inches. It's 7,400. We're at 755. Let's take a look real quick. I think it was 755. It's, excuse me, 7.955. Just slightly under 8 inches. So I went ahead and finished squaring this, and I did a video and had the mic off, and I actually did all the measurements on that. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, and there were the measurements I took. They're within 7/10,000ths of an inch. So over this distance, this dimension here is 7/10,000ths of an inch flat, parallel, which is primo stuff, real good stuff. I also do these 3 here, and that is 3 spots here. 1, 2, 3. They come into 4/10,000ths of an inch. And I'm going to measure them here in front of you. I did this yesterday. I just finished milling these ends, bringing these ends in after I removed this. And it had a little heat in it still, not much, a little bit, but it had cooled off, and one of my measurements had changed by like 4/10,000ths of an inch. So, and the fact the microphone was off, I went ahead and deleted that video, and I was measuring it on the video and writing these numbers down in the video, showing you how accurate I can square up a block of this length on that little PM30 mill back there. Now remember, I put a lot of elbow grease in that mill to get it to do this. That mill would not do this when I got it. It was damn close, but not this good. And it was really just stoning that brought this in to where I can do squaring this accurately. My parallelism here is absolutely impeccable. Okay, so let's do some quick measurements here real quick before we get this set up on the mill. And we'll go over what we're going to do today on the mill. So let's do our 6 measurements here. Here's the 6 I got with a little warmth yesterday. Came in, I turned the heat on. It was in the 40s in here. It was like 49 degrees when I walked in this morning. So this was cold. So this is expanded and contracted, you know, to the room temperature here. So let's see how accurate our numbers are. Again, here are the numbers that I got yesterday doing the video with no microphone. So let's clean our tips. Always clean the tips to your mics. Throw a measurement off real easy. I already cleaned it, but we'll do it again. Okay, A. Lock. We had 14847 for A. We are sitting at, this is contraction and expansion of material right here. It's only tens of thousands. We are sitting at 1.484. 1.484 4 tenths. Okay, that's A. Let's do B. I want to do this quick. 1.484. I'm going to say 8. Dead on 8. 1.484. I don't know if you can see the tenth there. It's 8 ten-thousandths. There you go, 1.484. We're within 6 ten-thousandths of an inch already. Going down here. Okay. Trying to keep the mic. Here we're at 1.83. No, 84. 1.84, around 4, I think. I'd say. It's 5. 1.4845 tens. I think you can see the 5 tens right there. Okay. So we were at 2, 7, and 5. So we're 5 ten-thousandths of an inch. We're half a thou right there in these 3 measurements. Now let's do these 3. We're at dead on 8.4. Dead on 8.4. Okay. E. We're about 8.42. 8.42. Okay. Yeah, it's no bullshit. We're proving it. We're not just saying it. This is good stuff right here. 8.42. 8.42. So we're half a thou. Half a thousandths. This was 7 tens yesterday. And with a little expansion and contraction at room air temperature, we're now sitting at about 5 ten-thousandths. This is nearly 8 inches long, and I'm within a half a thousandth in parallelism on this dimension in 6 places. So that's accurate. That is impeccable work. Now, let's do this width. I came in to 4 ten-thousandths on these 3 measurements. I go in the middle, right there in the middle, in 3 places. This requires the 3 to 4 inch mic. All right, see what we get. Do it this way. A's at the top. We're sitting at 3.460. Our measurement was 601. 601. Okay, so we're 1/10,000th difference. Come down the middle. And we're sitting at about 598. And we had 597. Let's see what it really is. It's 597. So 59. I don't know if you can see the tenths. When you start getting into the sevens and the higher bits, you got to turn it like this. So there you go. So far, we're on the same numbers. One more number. I'm sitting at 6. This is 598. There's a number. 598. Number 3 right there. 3.4598. And we are sitting at, let me make this so I can show it to you. We're about 598. I'm not even going to look. I know it is. So, okay. So those numbers are still dead on. Okay. So we're sitting at 1/2 thousandths parallelism on this dimension and this dimension. And I know here, I don't have an 8-inch mic, but I know this is to the thousandths, to a veneer, to my large veneer, which is here. Not a high-end veneer. So let's zero it. 0. I think it's 955. 7.955 is what I come up with. And that was, I need to show this. I hope you can see this. Let me turn around here. I think you'll see it. It was 955. We're still sitting at 955. It says 954. Remember, it's a veneer. 953.5. So within 1/2 thou, according to this. So we have an extremely squared workpiece. That is accuracy. And again, there's a lot of elbow work put in that mill and a lot of experience behind machining that allows me to square a piece like this and that little PM30 mill back there. You saw the mic numbers. You saw it. It is what it is. And again, where's my little square? My cube here. This is just a beautiful piece. I love this little piece. I will never get rid of it. I keep it ever since I made it. I keep it right here next to another block I've squared to 1/2 thou. So this is where we're at. So at this point, these are the 2 prints we're going to use today. And we're going to do this machining. There's going to be some time lapse going on. I had a guy make a comment. I'm not going to say his name. I did a quick squaring video because I was proud of the work I had done. And I did a quick squaring video, and the guy made a comment that I don't do any machining in my videos. I do nothing but clickbait. And all I do is talk. And I was lame. Well, anybody watch my videos knows every single video is nothing but machining. So this guy, without question, has something else going on there. And, he wanted to just be the, show a little ignorance, and he did. And of course, we all know that that's not the case. So I deleted that video. And what I was doing was just more explanation, because this is about learning. This is about why we do what we do. You can't just machine and make machining videos and nobody gets anything from it unless you do the explanations. You got to understand what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. And how do we get to the end result? Planning is absolutely imperative to a job like this. You're talking about intricate, a lot of detail machining in an upper receiver. So there's a lot going on here. A lot going on. Lots of concentricity and parallelism issues come up with this. lots of internal work in there. I mean, if you've ever looked down in here, there's quite a bit of work being done. So anyways, here's the prints we're going to use today. These are two side view prints. Blueprints have views, top views, side views, bottom views, front views, rear views. That just depends on the print you get and what views mean the most. You know, what information you have to have, the engineer will put those views in that print. So, we're going to start here today. We're going to take this block and we're going to bring in, we're just going to do a profile in the block. So basically, we're just going to do this profile, okay? And we're going to put our lugs in. Let's just say it's right here. Comes down, lug. This is just reference. Comes across, lug. So that's what we're looking for right now. So we're going to zero off the top. We're going to come in and cut our bottom flat. We're going to cut this flat, and we're only going to do a profile in the block. We're not actually cutting this out. We're cutting the profile into this block. And everything's being rough cut right now, not finish cut. So we're going to keep everything larger than our finish until we're ready to finish. But we're going to profile the lugs. We're going to cut our reference point for this bottom flat, and the top's going to come off here. Okay, and then we're going to set it up and do a bore for indicating in, so we can do this bore. My 1-inch reamer is supposed to be here on Monday. I ordered it over a week ago, and they're saying it's delivering on Monday. Also have some cutters coming to do the internal work. I still need to modify my excuse me, my broaching kit, so I can do a little bit of broaching right here. It's not going to be much, just a little bit, because we can't get past, of course, we can't pass this spot with the cutter cutting the internal raceway or slot or channel, whatever you want to call that. I think a lot of people in the gun world refer to that as a raceway, the bolt carrier charging handle raceway. So anyways, that's where we're at, and that's what we're going to do today. So when this video ends, we're going to have the profile cut in this block. We're going to have a bore started here so we can indicate in. And I think at that point, I'm going to start setting up the next video of getting my final tool made for that bore location, so we can indicate this into a dividing head. We're going to do a little work in the dividing head. But we're underway here, so let me get busy. Let me get this set up in the mill, and we'll go ahead and start to cut our profile, our lug locations, and then we'll start our bore. And I'm probably not going to get the threading done today in this video, but I'm going to do the bore and the threading all at one shot. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to cut this OD right here yet. I can do it in the lathe or the mill. I think right now I prefer to do it in the mill. I also ordered an angle plate. I do not own an angle plate, but I do now. I have one coming. And the reason being is because I want to set this up on an angle plate in the mill so I can do a real accurate bore, and then do that precision reamer of the last 5 thousandths, 10 thousandths of an inch to our bolt carrier bore, and our rifle where the barrel mounts. All that's a 7-inch bore, so across 7 inches of length, has to be extremely accurate. And when I have an angle plate, I can get a lot more surface area clamped. Instead of holding it real like down in the, like we did the handguard, I didn't have that angle plate, but I would have used it if I had one back then, but I didn't. But it's become important at this point, so we have one coming. I ordered it, and it wasn't expensive. Unfortunately, this angle plate is the accuracy of it is supposed to be within 2 thousandths, which I would prefer it be a lot better than that, but that's where it is, and we'll see what we have to do to get it better than 2 thousandths. It might not even be 2 thousandths. It might be very, very accurate. Surface grinding, it's difficult not to get something perfect. if you're within 2 thou surface grinding, I mean, in parallelism, something's wrong there because the surface grinder is extremely accurate. So anyways, that's how we're going to do this. We're going to get a surface plate and give me a lot more surface area and clamping this when I do that internal OD, the ID for the bolt carrier bore and the rifle mount, or excuse me, the barrel. All that, the concentricity in that has got to be dead on. Okay, so we know what we're going to do. So let me get this set up in the mill and we'll get some video of me machining for that young man who didn't think I did any. Well, we're doing this just for you. So I'm actually going to turn machine on. I know I never have in any of my videos. I just talk all the time. But I'm going to turn machine on today. Hey, I'll see you guys when I'm ready to cut in the mill here. This thing just never turns off on the first shot on this remote. Try it again. Well, I went ahead and made the modifications. So at the moment, we're doing our final pass on our length. We're bringing our length in the finished dimension. We've got our width in the finished dimension. And, our height is finished dimension. Our length is finished dimension on this pass. And the width, we're going to maintain that width until we get towards the end, because I got mills and flats, and there's a couple different diameters that got to be done. So we got to maintain a wider width for now. So here goes the final cut. This final cut's only about 5 thousandths. And I brought it into 2 thousandths within the final dimension. Beautiful finish. I think the mirror. I'm going to make 2 finish passes back and forth. Just clean it up. Make sure it is where it's supposed to be. You always get a little debris off. Not much, but a little bit. Not bad at all. All right, I think we got it. Actually, I know we do. I'm not even going to bother measuring it. I'm taking it right out. Okay. Machine's off. But as you can see how I did this, this is the add rigidity to the part. When you got something sticking out of a vise that long, you're asking for trouble. You go back to the handguard video, and I just stressed it constantly through that video. This is not how you do this. This morning, I ordered myself an angle plate. I do not own an angle plate. When I do the bore on this, I've decided to do it mounted up against the angle plate. So I have the entire surface area of the workpiece against a rigid angle plate. And it's going to be clamped and indicated in along its edges. That's the way we're going to do this. Fuck. Well, I've been breathing pretty well. Still have a little bit of stuff going on, but I'm doing better with the new inhaler. It's definitely showing positive signs. So we're going to pull this out. We're going to clean our edges off, and then we're going to turn it around. We're going to mill our flat with our 2 lugs. So I'll be right back with you. Just pulled it out of the mill. As you can see, I have it sitting here on the flattest plate I own. So our numbers are right here. So we were looking at 700 and 661. So 700 is from the back side here to the center of that lug. And then from the center of the lug to the front of the receiver is 661. So we just add those two together. And that's where we're at. We're actually sitting at 765. So we're now ready to set up, pick up our edges, and we're going to cut the lugs, the flat in the bottom. And at that point, we'll pretty much be ready to set it up and start the bore. So right now I'm going to set it up, and then we'll do some time lapse on this one because this is going to take a little while. We got to drop, I think, 470. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at this print with you. So here we are. There's the print we're going to be working off of for cutting the bottom. So we're looking at our dimensions and heights here. We have a height of the rear lug and the height of the front lug, and they're different. The front lug's 476. The rear lug is 471. And our height here, plus the lugs, I've already obtained. So this is already at a finished depth. Actually, it's within, I did the same thing. It's within a couple of thousandths. I always leave a couple of thousandths, just in case. It's always smart. We can knock a couple of thousandths off, no problem. After we're done machining the lugs, we can shorten the lugs by a couple of thousandths because this is the length. So we're going to go in and cut basically a U channel out of this, and get them lugs in the flat cut on the bottom. But there's the print that we're going to use, the numbers we're going to use for this next operation. So let me get this set up. I'll get my edges and I'll get my zeros, and then we'll do a time lapse and cutting these lugs. All right, get busy. And we're picking up 0. My edge finder is 200 wide. So once it goes off center, we got our 0. We move in 100, and that'll be dead center to the edge of the workpiece. We're going to do it on the back side and this side. We're going to 0 on this corner. This back corner is going to be dead 0. And then we're going to get busy. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate this in, get my 0 set on the drill, and then we're just going to do a time lapse of cutting these lugs. It's going to take a little while. So let's do some machining. We don't want that one gentleman to think we don't run these machines. Okay, so we just finished doing the front lug, and we went ahead. Okay, there we go. So we did the front lug. We went ahead and did our width all the way down. Now we're going to come over. Actually, I'm going to go get something to eat. And then I'm going to come out here and do the other width all the way down. Then I got to remove all that out of the middle. So it's quite a job. But we're going to get her done today. At least get these operations done today. We're doing 150 thousandths cut. Actually, it's 175 thousandths cut. It's deep. I'm using a 2-flute end mill. That's why you hear all the noise. I don't have a 4-flute 3/4. So we're working with what we have. All right, I'm going to do a time lapse here, the rest of this. Just finished cutting the lugs. All right, let me give you a little close up here. I mean, we got a little finish work to do, but we have our lugs cut. There they are. So I think I'm pretty much going to call this done for today. It's been a lot of work. Yeah, but I'm breathing good. All right, I'm gonna move this over here and I'm gonna pull that out of the mill and we'll talk real quick and get this done. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna shut this down and pull that out and then we'll do our last little talk here and we'll call this done. Okay, look at this floor. See our corner is getting pretty full. And of course the mill is covered. Let's take a good look at this. Yeah. Yes, nice little pile of rubble. Yeah. Okay, let's pull this thing out. I'm using one hand here. Got my vise. Pull this out. You gotta break some edges. Yeah. Oh, believe me, it will be what it's supposed to be. Okay. Let me turn this off and get it set back up here on the table, and we'll go over these prints and we'll go over that part. Okay, well, it was just boring machining. I mean, all we were doing was achieving a depth, dimensions of our lugs, and getting our flat, our depth and our height. But we achieved that today. It's been quite a bit of machining today. That's quite a bit to take off. I was using a 2-flute 3/4 inch end mill, and it was vibrating the living hell out of the machine because the 2 flutes hitting. 4-flute would have been much smoother running for sure. But here we are. So we've got our lugs, and basically, there you go. We are there. Says perfect flat right there, so everything's on the money. Got to do some break some edges here. Really happy with this. Really happy with it. So there's the beginning of our AR15 upper receiver. So at this point, I got an angle block coming, so I can get the complete surface area clamped, so I can do the barrel bolt carrier bore, barrel bore, barrel mount bore, and we got to do some threads. And that's going to be the next one. This is part 2. I'm not going any further today on this. This has been quite a bit. So just a video saying we're moving forward, but this was just boring machine. I could have did this and just showed it to you, but like I said, I got a complaint that I didn't do enough machining in my videos. So anyways, I never did go get anything to eat, so I'm gonna go get something to eat. And I'm breathing so much better. I haven't done many videos, of course, since part 1. But I'm breathing better. I'm really am. I'm having some issues at night a little bit, just putting pressure on my lungs and stuff. But we're doing well, so we're cruising right along. So at this point, we got next video is going to be we'll punch our 250 holes in our lugs, and we're going to set up and do our gas tube hole and our barrel bore bolt carrier raceway, or whatever you want to call it, bore. So that's where we're at. This is part 2. We're done. Thank you, people, very much. Thanks everybody who watches and subscribes. Again, I'm going to say it is what it is. But we're not going to keep hammering on it. It's not going to change anything. We're just dealing with some pretty shitty people in our world. But anyways, I want to thank everybody again who watches and subscribes. Please like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll get part 3 going here soon. This is going to get more and more interesting as we go along. The boring stuff is pretty much out of the way, so we can get to the intricate, detailed machining stuff that we're going to have to do, all the operations that are going to go from here forward. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.